It's another week, you guys. Donovan Sadiq. This is the Donovan Sadiq Show. Don't believe the hype. You guys, I'm joined by my co-host and partner, Demetra K. Hey, I love that partner. Well, it's wintertime, so you gotta. Yeah, it's cold out there. Like I said, you don't. When you get like this, I need a cap. You know, I got to keep a cap on. That's how bad it's getting. Anyway, welcome you guys. Welcome. And I want to thank you guys again for supporting the page, the Inland Empire Informer. A lot of stuff is going on in the city of Moreno Valley. I am so glad you guys really checked out my videos in regards to the Brown Act violation. Now you can see it for yourself. I don't have to defend that. I mean, it's obvious something's going on, and it's just a damn shame. For those guys that did not know, a former district attorney, Riverside County, Rod Pacheco, he filed a demand letter to the city alleging corruption by the mayor and others with cannabis ordinances. And that was on Moreno Valley Matters. It's also on the Inland Empire Facebook page. So if you want to read about what he's alleging, basically the Highland Fairview 3, the Edowitz 3, Victoria Baca, Criminal Baca, Kid Creveris, and Idiot Mayor Gutierrez. He's alleging that a lot of their donations came from the cannabis industry, and there was a coincidence, no coincidence that a lot of their donations came from this industry, and then that ordinance was like rushed through and put through it. And if you guys want to follow up on that, we're going to follow up on that. Also, if you guys have been paying attention, I have gone to the district attorney, resubmitted, and made a public record of a complaint that I have against the city staff, and the Edowit 3. And a lot of people have been saying, well, why are you doing that? They're not going to do anything. They're not going to do...
Right.
I mean, when a person does that, why would somebody do that?
Well, say they're not going to do anything.
Well, why would somebody even put it on the record like that and go there, even if the city doesn't do anything, or the county or the government?
Well, I mean, it's because you want people to know that you're serious, and you don't want to be like everybody else. Well, why do it? Nothing's going to happen. Even if nothing happens, it's still, like my mom used to always say, nothing beats a fail but a try. And so, and rather than sitting back and saying, well, I'm not going to do nothing because nothing's going to happen, you never know.
Right. Well, that, and it becomes public record.
Oh, absolutely.
It becomes public record.
Right.
So if that person decides to run for something else, whatever, guess what? I'm their opponent, and I say, wow, you were investigated for this, and this. This is on the record.
Right.
And
absolutely.
It's factual.
Paper trail.
Yeah, it's a paper trail.
Right.
So that's why you do things, and you just put it on the record, and that lets you, like you said, lets people know that you're damn serious about what you're saying. And everybody knows, as the Inland Empire Informer, when I say something, I fucking mean it.
Right.
I am not playing, because I have other things to do than to play games.
Right.
Everybody asks me, oh, well, Donovan, how do we get you out of politics? I had to tell Ito $5 million.
How do you get me out of politics?
Yeah, $5 million and I'm gone, I mean, and yes, I believe everybody has a price. I know people saying, well, wow, that's very low of him. No, it isn't. Everybody has a price.
Right.
Mine is $5 million. For me to shame myself and my family name, $5 million of compensation would be good enough for me.
It'd be good enough for me too. Hell,
yeah, I mean, exactly. I'm out of here. I'm gone, and it is what it is.
Like, what you want me to talk about instead?
Right, exactly. Everybody has a price. I mean, look at the people that are being bought right here in Moreno Valley for pennies on the dollar. Name me one politician that has led us down this road that is still walking around with their heads held high and can be found in the city.
Or even just walking around.
Right.
Like, where are they?
Right.
What happened to them now?
Where are they now? Where are they now? Episodes.
You should do an edition of that. Where are they now?
We need to. But that's what I'm talking about. Here are these people that, they take their money and nobody says a word.
Right.
But, or they make promises. Jesse Molina, a good friend of mine, veteran friend of mine, whatever. I mean, we're not good friends, but, I respect him at his veteran thing. What did he say during the WLC wars? I'm going to be there every day to make sure he's held accountable to his promises to us.
Was he there at least one day?
Not one day.
It sounded good.
It sounded good.
Maybe he
right.
had a little bit of this green juice before he said it, and he was like, "Arr."
You know what I mean? as he voted for the project,
Right,
as it goes
you
through,
know.
as it goes through. So
Who's really going to do anything different? I mean, who's going to check him?
right, like you said, who's gonna check me, boo?
Who's going to check me? I'll say what I want and do something different. And what y'all going to do? Not a goddamn thing.
Right, exactly.
As usual.
As usual, exactly.
Y'all going to Facebook keyboard gangbang and
all that other good stuff. And for those guys that have been asking me, me and Mr. Raul Sanchez, he is the new Highland Fairview Stooge. And we are going to be going to court on this Friday at 1 p.m. So if you want to see some drama, you want to see some
doom.
Exactly. Some Judge Judy type stuff. It's going to be exactly. Right. So Perry Mason.
Right.
No, but I'm more of a Matlock type guy. You know, Your Honor, what if we did the walk? And he was in the shelter.
Right.
You know, I like that stuff. But remember Mr. Sanchez, Big Mouth Sanchez, talking to, you know, he knows everything. The guy has so much life experiences. He's about 5 or 6 years younger than me. He knows everything.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, I know he doesn't look it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just said, I asked the question. Is he?
No, I mean, I was surprised too. Too. I thought he could have been at least 10 years older.
I mean, people think I'm 10 years older. So.
Right. I don't know, but he thinks he knows everything, and he's basically taken Evan Moron's place, and he's the hype. The guy's a joke. The guy's a total joke. So if you guys want to see that, that is a true case. And even though I didn't get served, here's the funny thing: he claimed that there was no case. And then after weeks of claiming there's no case, and I show him there's a case, he shows up and goes in front of the judge. And, okay, you've taken law, I've taken law. If I had no case right there, would not the judge have just thrown it out? Right then and there?
Yeah, I think so. But obviously, it sounds like he's trying to give you guys a chance to really prove.
No, give him a chance because he's.
Right.
I wasn't properly served. The guy.
Golly.
The guy is a known liar. As you see him on Facebook, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And I have to use expletives now because I just get tired of these same people with diarrhea running out of their mouths. They don't know what they're talking about. Now, you can say, I don't know what I'm talking about, but notice I come with receipts.
As you should, especially if you're making some claims, you should be able to back up what you're saying.
Back them up.
Have some facts to it. As much as possible.
I have a reputation in the city of, if I say it, it's probably true. It's probably, and what do I say all the time? Don't listen to what I'm saying. Research what I'm saying.
Right. Hence, don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. Exactly. So we have that going on. But I want to talk about. So that's 1:00 Friday. If you want to be there, be there. And that's how you deal with these people.
Y'all gonna be having popcorn and drinks and
stuff. In the lobby. If you stop by, right. We could use the WIC card and go down.
You know what? A WIC card is stupid.
Because they have a WIC store right at the bottom.
I can set up a concession stand. The news from the Edgemont concession stand.
Yeah, so you can be a little thing on there.
Come get your chitlin loaf sandwiches and popcorn and all that.
Just make sure you bring my father-in-law's famous bean pie.
Yes, and some bean soup, all that. Get you some whiting fish, all that. We got you. Whiting fish sandwiches.
I have to laugh at this stuff because this stuff is very, very comical now. It's getting to a point to where we are dealing with comedy. So, but next week, very important.
In politics, comedy.
It is, especially if you take it seriously.
Right.
Next week is an important day. It is Election Day. Now, I'm going to tell everybody here, I don't believe you should vote overwhelmingly Democrat. You shouldn't vote.
Wait. You mean we shouldn't go all blue down the line?
Well,
all red down
I know
the line?
We should because Grandma Otis and Claritha. And,
I got Claritha.
I got Aunt Claritha. The one
that sounds like a disease or something. You know what? I'm sorry to inform you have Claritha.
No, but remember the long names? You don't see those names anymore.
Cleopas
Cleopas and Claritas. I know that you do what the family does.
Got it.
But guess what? That has been so detrimental to us as a people, as a black person,
true.
And if you're a brown person or if you're a white person or what, you should vote your interest.
Absolutely. And a perfect example of that, especially since, I like how you said it's not just black people, although overwhelmingly we do vote Democrat.
We do. Right.
But the perfect example of that is when Trump came into office. Months later, after he got out in office and he started trying to undo stuff, then you saw Jethro and them, since we going there, in Alabama talking about, wait a damn minute.
Right.
What do you mean by Affordable Care Act is no longer? Well, didn't you vote? You was up there pumping your fist when he was talking about getting rid of Obamacare. Well, that's Obamacare.
No, it's not.
It's just, wait.
No, it's not. That's not Obamacare. That's not Obamacare.
But, nothing says that's Obamacare when it's getting snatched away from you. You try to go slide your blue and white car and they talk about, I'm sorry, sir. Or even that we'll take cash or credit.
Exactly. Or better yet, good luck. Don't die.
Right.
Don't get hurt.
Drink some green juice. You'll be all right.
I just got to say this. Vote your interest. If you are sick and tired of what is happening in the city of Moreno Valley, I put the videos up. There's a bunch of us out here that are sounding the alarm, and yet we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. And eventually, and I'm going to say this, the one thing about bank robbers and people that are of low ethical ilk, they eventually get caught because they don't know when to quit. They think I got away with it the first time. Let me get away with it now.
Right.
Currently, Councilman Ulysses Carreras, who's running in District 4 against Shaylinda Bernard, who is a person I think you should vote for.
So Shaylinda, not Ulysses.
Right. We should vote for Shaylinda Bernard. Ulysses, the incumbent, is currently under an FPPC violation for campaign contributions.
Well, damn. I mean, but what's new?
Isn't
that kind of like the par for the course?
Yeah, but I got to remind people of these things because, they Americans have short memories.
Can I ask do they care? Do people? I don't know if they do or don't, but on average,
they do.
Okay, now do they care to the point of doing what you do?
No.
And that's saying, okay, let's not only just talk about it, but let's take action. Do they care to that degree?
No, The problem in America is we want somebody. It's just like being a black person. We want somebody else to free us.
Right.
We can't free ourselves. We want somebody else to do the heavy lifting.
Right.
Which I don't mind. That's why I'm a veteran.
Right.
Veterans, people that serve in the military, they are a special breed of people because they are fighting for what other people don't want to fight for.
Right.
We're giving you those rights, so you don't have to do it. So it's very important. But on that side of the city, that's the high end of our city. That's where the white flight is happening.
Hills.
Right. That's where our white flight is happening. These people have vested interest. They've paid a lot of money for their homes. A good, I think 20% of them couldn't vote 2 years ago. Because they were like in the districts were shifting or something. Wow. So they're pissed off because they were excluded from the process.
Right.
So this guy, we don't even know he's a resident, how he got in. He snuck in. He's a cannabis candidate. He even said that on videotape. I mean, I brought the weed in here, whatever. If you are sick and tired of the direction that this city is going, you need to vote these people out. Who not to vote for? Ulysses Carreras, Idiot Mayor Gutierrez, and Victoria Baca. Now, if we can solve the problem by getting rid of two of them right now, next week.
Gutierrez and
Carreras. We can get rid of those. Baca has 2 more years to go, unless, of course, they walk her out in a perp walk with handcuffs on within the next 2 years. So we have a chance of breaking this up and taking a majority. So if you're asking me strategically, Dave Marquez running for mayor is a great thing. However, if Dave Marquez runs for office, it would trigger a special election in the seat that he already occupies.
Okay.
Whereas Jeffrey Gaiba, he's giving up his seat running for mayor. Strategically, we can get Jeffrey Gaiba in there. Dave stays in his seat. Carla Thornton, Corey Jackson, or Carrie Thin gets District 2. That's the majority right there. There's your 3.
Because that's where Leroy Holt is.
That's where... Oh, you mean Kunta Kinte?
I said Leroy Holt.
Kunta Kinte.
You say Kunta Kinte, I say Leroy Holt. Let's call the whole thing off.
Wait. You mean the guy that played football?
Him.
The football guy?
Yes.
Well, I play football.
The one that's going to run the extra mile for you.
Yeah. I'm a football player. Give me the ball. Go in the huddle. Give me the ball.
And then when I give you the ball, what you going to do with it?
I'm going to run with it.
And run where and do what?
Wherever you tell me, just point.
Really?
That's it.
You don't have no own ideas of your own?
Huh?
I just want you guys to know that the host of the show on this side of the table is not necessarily
Hey,
those the characteristics of
Demetri K.
If anybody.
Remember, I put up the article where he had a learning disability, and
I listen, brother.
Wait.
There's some things I'm gonna do.
No. All I'm saying is there's an article up on the page where you can read it for yourself.
Yeah, I've seen it,
and you can do what you got to do. Now, like I said, it's very unfortunate, and I get pissed off and I get mad at this. My son was a damn good basketball player, but I said, I'm not gonna let the system use you to deny you your education. It's more important for you to get an education than to be some kind of athlete.
right?
You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I get tired, especially in our community, the black community, where our kids are being exploited for their athletic prowess.
Right.
What do you do, Mr. Holt, when you get injured like you did? Now what? I have a business. No, you're an employee at a real estate agency. You don't
speak things that are not as though they were.
Yes, thank you very much.
And if in the future maybe that'll be the case,
right. But we've already seen his failed businesses and ventures. Not everybody's going to be a businessman. I'm not a businessman.
It sounds like he's been pretty quiet lately, huh?
Very quiet, because I guess Ito has given up on him because they cannot prepare him. How are you going to get people to vote for you
and you never showed up to nothing?
You don't show up to anything. And then if you do show up, I can tell you about my football story. Did you see me when I was on the 3rd-yard line?
Missed it.
You missed that one. Well, let me tell you about the story.
I
was on the 3rd-yard line.
Okay, but what can you do for me?
No. Let me tell the story. I was on the 3rd-yard line.
I can't do it.
And the coach said, "Give me the ball." And it was us against UCLA. And
how long ago was this?
30 years ago.
Okay.
Wait. Let me count. 1, 4, 7, 3. Something like that. I was a young man.
Wow.
But that's my point. And then he let me characterize him. And here's the sad thing: the people that did get to meet him, that don't even like me, said one thing, Donovan. A lot of stuff that you say I don't agree with, but you hit that nail on the head with that guy.
So basically, they confirmed the fact that the lights are on, but nobody's home.
Exactly. CTE.
Nobody's home is in regards to what's going on politically in.
Yeah, he doesn't have a clue of what's happening here in the city. But I'll run that extra mile.
And so let me get this right. He has not shown up to no debates.
He showed up to that one debate when I was in Japan.
And did he debate or
form? But they said it was a disaster. He got up there and it was a disaster. Oh. No shade to him. Seriously, I'm not trying to give him
serious?
shade. No, seriously. I'm not trying to give him shade. There are some people that are born to be athletes. Okay, he's a young, strong buck 30, 40 years ago.
I can't do it.
He was a football player. Yeah, he was a football player. Okay, very strong, body build, whatever. Very strong guy.
Yes, very strong.
And we were in high school. They're just athletes.
Okay.
They're not going to the debate team. They're not going to, no. They just, here's the ball, run.
Jesse Ventura?
He was an intelligent guy, though. He was a wrestler, but remember, he was a Navy SEAL.
True.
See, okay. So he was an intelligent guy. So you got to I was an athlete, but look how intelligent I am.
Me too.
See, that's what I'm saying. How could you run track with all that junk you carrying behind?
As I was running 7 miles yesterday, I was thinking that. I was like, you know what, it is time to give up the ghost as far as that's concerned, because you got a little bit too much going on back there. Which is probably why I need to keep running.
Yes, you probably need to keep... No, according to Al, no, that ain't going to happen.
Yes, I need to keep
running. So, you need to keep it where it's at. But, that's what bothered me. I gave him warnings and warnings. When that debate thing happened, it was disaster. And I heard that Victoria Baca and his handlers, they even tried to coach him up, and it was like, no, he ain't going to make it.
So when taking checks go wrong, because then people might actually want to,
Right.
What was that? It was a movie. Oh, gosh. Sort of like an accidental candidate. He wasn't really trying to run. Well,
Brewster's Millions.
I'm not talking about Trump.
Brewster's Millions. Brewster's Millions.
Right. When he was like, oh, shit.
Richard Pryor. Yeah.
You mean I won?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. No. That was a different Richard Mille when he was like.
Yeah, I can't think of.
I know what you're talking about. I can't get it on top of my head.
But it's like, okay, so that this is serious now.
Yes.
Yes. I was just cashing checks.
Yes, and he won. Exactly.
I didn't know the people really wanted to hear me speak.
Right. Or another good movie you want to see is The Distinguished Gentleman, Eddie Murphy. That kind of tells you about our politics and how
and
it
the
works.
other one with Robin Williams.
Oh, Primary Man, or whatever it is. Man of the Year.
Yeah.
Man of the Year. That was it. Man of the Year. So, so in District 4, you have 3 candidates there. So if we can get the majority, that would be a great thing. Okay, and then it'll solve a lot of our problems of what's going on. And whoever becomes mayor, they need to fire the handpicked appointees on these planning commissions that the mayor has put up and did all, he needs to, well, me and Jeffrey will be talking about that once he gets on there. Now, another candidate for mayor is Denise Fleming.
Lord,
and I'm going to tell you, do not waste your vote on Denise Fleming. She has become a running joke, and she is now a vote splitter. We need to get behind one consensus candidate. And here's why I say do not vote for Denise Fleming. Number one, have you ever seen Denise Fleming at a city council meeting talking about the issues that affect the city? No, you've never seen that.
Really?
You've never seen it. You've never seen it. You've never seen it.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Wow.
I'm positive. I mean, she goes to the city council meetings and she might sit there, but will she talk? No. And I don't know why she won't get the hint. They don't want you. We don't want you.
Well, maybe she just feels like she came pretty close last year.
That's true. She came in close because Ito was hedging his bets when she made that comment. I can't work with you, Ito. Let me get on. Hold on.
You're stupid as hell. Stupid.
Okay. Can I get your vote now? Can I get your support? Who in their right mind would say something like that in the public forum where other people can hear it? And you expect to be looking out for us? We're trying to fight this guy. And here you are talking about, I'm ready to work with him.
But just to be clear, you've never seen her do that.
No, I've never seen her do that. But
so therefore,
basically,
this is just some parody here.
Yeah, this is parody.
Okay.
But basically, if you saw what she did at that function, it was almost like seeing that.
Okay.
It was almost like
almost, but not.
But not. Exactly. So don't waste your vote on Denise Fleming. We need to get behind, if you are sick and tired of what's going on in the city, we need to get behind one consensus candidate in each district. Shaylinda Bernard, District 4. Jeffrey Gaiba. And I know people are going to say, well, he took money from Highland Fairview. Okay, I'm going to have to explain this one more time.
Are you talking to me? Because I didn't say nothing.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about other people. I'm going to explain this one more time. I cannot control a PAC of that's put on me, somebody that's supporting me, okay? Because I have no control over that. So Demetra, my co-host, is running for district attorney. We don't get along. We don't like each other. But you know what? I'm a gangster type guy, but I want to support her. So I'm going to create a PAC for her. Nothing she can do about it. That's where I'm going to throw my money. Nothing she can do about it. Now, what she can do is say, hey, I don't need his money, whatever the deal is, whatever. You can't do it because I'm spending the money. But you can't do it. You can't control it. But you can vocally say, I am not behind this PAC. I'm not this. I'm not that.
So
whatever.
should I ask the next obvious question? Should I just sit here and be quiet?
I think you should ask the next obvious question.
Did he do that?
I can't remember for sure. But I do remember I was at a forum and he did explain pretty much what I just explained.
Was that before?
It was before the...
this election here?
Yeah, it was this is way before. This is when he was on the council, trying to get on the council.
But he didn't do it while the money was going his way, though.
Yeah, he did.
He said, I wholeheartedly...
No.
Oh.
I can't say for a fact that he did that, but I can say I was at a forum where he explained I can't control the PAC.
Did he spend any of the money?
No, the money doesn't go to him.
I know,
it's controlled by me.
So what did they do with the... Shut up, D. This is a
No,
good-ass green juice.
What they did,
Continue, brother.
No, I'm continuing. Let me tell you how a PAC works.
I know how they work.
I control the PAC. The candidate doesn't control the PAC. So your question doesn't make sense.
This is some good ass green.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I said squads did myself.
Listen, if you know how a PAC works, your question doesn't make sense.
Okay.
The candidate does not control my PAC. It's my PAC.
I'm just going to be quiet because I have a whole plethora, a lot of other copious amounts of questions.
Right.
Well, I'm just going to, this is,
no,
you
but,
want some?
No.
I'm rude. I didn't even offer you none of this.
Do you understand how PAC works?
I know how PAC works.
Okay,
I mean, I got a little bit of sense.
No, I'm just making sure because he can't control my PAC. It's my PAC. All he can do is refute it. That's all he can do. The money does not go to him. The money does not finance through any PAC that's created does not go through that candidate's hands. It's a separate entity within itself. Okay. Okay. I'm just making sure you understand it. So let's clear that up. And I do remember he did do that. And that's pretty much how a PAC works. It does not be controlled by the candidate. It's controlled by whoever created the PAC. And they can spend their money on whoever they want. And that's how it works. So that's a misnomer. But even if that is the case, and you say, well, I still don't want to vote for him, I challenge you to say this. Then who else should you vote for mayor? To me, the only other choice is I'd rather go with the devil I know versus the people I don't know. Would you agree? Would you not agree?
This juice.
Okay, gotcha.
You ought to try it.
Gotcha.
Next time I make a big.
But my point is, if you don't go with that, who can you go? Okay, you could go with Dave Marquez, but then again, that.
Where can I
but that will also trigger a lot of problems and vote split and get Kateris back in there. So my point is, you got to vote your interest, and I'm telling you, the person we need to get in there. And I have a lot of problems with the guy by myself. But I can say this. Yes, he's...
So basically, this is a deal with the hand that you've been dealt accordingly.
Accordingly.
You want to get a Boston if you're playing spades. You want the best hand.
Exactly.
Got it.
So this is what we're going to have to deal with. So that's what I think now. In District 2, you're going to have a hard time in District 2, being that you have Carrie Finn, you have Corey Jackson, who lost by 7, and then you have Carla Thornton. Now, the bad thing about District 2 is those are 3 good candidates. Now, Leroy Holt, don't waste your time. Joanne Martinez Stephens, definitely don't waste your time on that woman. That woman, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because she was Joanne Stephens for a long time. Now she runs for office and she's pandering to the Hispanic community.
Is she really doing that?
Yes.
Golly.
Now she's Joanne Martinez Stephens.
And you gotta use what your mama gave you? Is that
right? And now she says that she's not for Highland Fairview and whatever. But
she has been all the way up to this point.
Yeah, there's videos of her. Oh, I think this is the best project ever. I've been here for 33 years.
I've just been really on this phrase for the last couple of months, and you ain't got a lot to kick it. Just tell the truth.
Yeah, she expects people to believe after her being appointed to the Planning Commission, which she has no damn experience. Her taking pictures with community activist or agitator Luis Palomares, the crime grandma of the Inland Empire.
Grandma, my Barker.
Yeah, the crime grandma. And the funny thing is, this dumb bitch challenged me to prove if she's ever been arrested. And I don't know if you saw in the thing where I put that I went and got a public record thing.
Arrest records ain't hard to get.
They ain't hard to get. And I guess she must have forgot that she was on tape with her grandkids stealing signs last year.
And where she apologized to? Did she say, I'm sorry?
Well, she apologized, but didn't apologize. I didn't know they were doing that. What are you doing in a neighborhood with your grandkids that you don't live in?
We're just, we're part of the Moval neighborhood watch.
Right. Okay, great.
I told you I could spin any goddamn thing, okay?
But here's the thing.
Call me Louise, call me.
Look, but here's the funny thing. She challenges me to show any kind of record, and then I did. Thus, crime grandma.
What happened was, that wasn't what you really thought it was. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like you got to read between the lines of whether it was really an arrest record or was it just...
So the policeman just wrote something up because he had nothing else to do, and he just picked you out of the crowd.
Because what happened was when he went to the donut shop, they was out of the donuts that he wanted, and so he just saw me to kind of kill some time until they made a fresh batch of donuts.
Gotcha.
And then that's how I got caught up.
And he decided to write you up, and then, you know, you're endangering your grandchildren. And
well, I wasn't endangering them. We were just out there, like I said, mobile neighborhood watching. They was getting some exercise because, you know, at school they got to you know, try to get some walking points and stuff.
Oh no, I understand that wholeheartedly. But like I said, look up the Palomares family business in the San Bernardino Sheriff arrest records, and you'll see how far back.
Those aren't arrest records; those are archives.
Oh, archives.
Those are family archives. Family archives kind of show what we've been doing in the community.
Now, all I know is, as a parent, that is somebody I would not want representing my children or me or anything else in the community when she can't even control her own children, much less her grandchildren.
Well, maybe she is controlling them, but just to do the wrong thing.
Well, there you go. But it is so important. If you guys are, you know, and I know we're joking and all this other stuff, but in seriousness, we really have to vote. If you're tired of what's going on in this city, we have to vote these people out. And like I said, I can't do it by myself. Dee, you don't give a damn. But
I mean, I'm glad you pointed that out. I really don't.
Yeah,
but that's just in general. Yeah, about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. So, but you know what I mean. I mean, what is it going to take, Moreno Valley, for us to stop being the laughing stock of the Inland Empire? We're the second largest city. And Brown Act violations going on. I mean, Victoria Baca said it herself. We're going to turn this area into Mexico.
She said that?
She said that.
For real?
She said that for real. Wow. And
stay tuned to our next segment because Trump is saying, no, the hell you ain't.
Right. Well, which goes back to, I'm glad we're going to our next segment because that also, people have asked me, why aren't the Highland Fairview group people out in force like they used to be a couple years ago?
Don't go there.
That's because Trump is going to make America great again.
Don't go there.
No, seriously. I'm going to give you a legitimate answer. Now, this isn't gospel, but think about it. How are you going to come to City Hall and you're going to sit there and talk about, I've lived in the city for 25 years and you can't speak a lick of English?
I mean, I know people who've lived here for a while, and they have a lot of broken English, but they get by.
Right.
You know?
They know broken English. These people can't speak a lick of English.
A lick.
Not a lick.
They can't even say yes.
See. Now, let's put it all together here. Highland Fairview buys people who have come over here from another country, and they want a paycheck. So, hey, this is easy money. Let me go get it. Right?
Tri-tip,
I get tri-tip, fish sandwiches and all that other good stuff like that. Free turkeys, whatever. Right?
That must be some good ass.
Yeah, but you have people that
is it moist and juicy?
Well, I don't know.
Had one?
No, I never had one. but the funny thing is, there are people in every group of society that they're going to just path of least resistance. They're going to take it.
Yeah. I mean,
so these people, knowing that they are not here legally, are not going to show their faces in public where they know the Inland Empire Informer, Donovan Sadiq. No, well, Inland Empire Informer, Donovan Sadiq, is at the city council meeting.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna call my buddies from ICE.
Oh no!
Remember those pastors? Up until the time I started showing up, those pastors during the WLC wars, I think this is a great project. I represent the Marinara Baptist Church, and gonna
Marinara.
Yeah. Savior, whoa, say bye. And we think it's a great thing. Get behind Edo. Yes, it's gonna bring a bunch of jobs.
All of that.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But exactly. But the minute I made a call up to the IRS up in Fresno and told them to look at the city website and jot down.
I got the perfect. Let me tell you what just came in my mind. The minute you did that.
Good.
You ever gone to a space or somebody's house and you turn on the lights and then the roaches was like,
That's exactly what happened. What happened?
What happened?
I told a good friend of mine who is an IRS agent, I said, I want you to look at you don't even have to come down here. Look at the city website and you're going to see pastors that have a 503c status engaging in politics outside of their church.
Openly. Proudly doing it.
And from the time that I did that, and remember, Denise Fleming, she was doing the same thing, taking pictures, and it looked like pastors were endorsing her. Remember she had a little sign, Denise Fleming?
Well, I mean, that's what it looked like to me.
And guess what? And then, wait. I'm the bad guy. But the minute that, and I didn't dog those pastors out because maybe they didn't know she was doing that. I called the pastors. I messaged them and I said, are you endorsing Denise Fleming? Oh, no, I'm not endorsing anybody. No.
I mean, that's what it was implied.
It was implied.
It was implied.
And sure enough, she stopped. Now, what ethical person would put her pastor, some dirty snake in the grass?
Oh,
sit your ass down, nigga. Put the glove on your ass.
I think a lightning bolt is on its way. So please hit this side of the table. I don't know. Like when I saw the picture, I could clearly, like I said, it was implied. Thought it was an endorsement. And so my thing is, these pastors see her holding this sign. I mean, anybody with a half of a brain cell would be like, look, sister so-and-so.
Yeah, I need to put the sign down. I'll take a picture with you.
Yeah, because this looks like we're endorsed. I'm not listening to, I really endorse you.
Yeah,
but really do that in the open.
Right.
I'm just not willing to give him a pass. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You know what you was doing? You just got called out on it, and then you want the backtrack. I mean, just own up to it. You ain't got a lot to kick it.
Right. And again, once again, the Inland Empire Informer is pointing out how unethical Denise Fleming is and still is to this very day. And a lot of people ask me this, what is my issue with Denise Fleming? It is a personal issue. And for those of you guys that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to leave it just at that. And if you still want to know what it is and you don't know, you can feel free to message me, call me, and I'll tell you straight out. Because according to Miss Fleming, from what I heard is, I don't know what the issue is.
That's how she said it.
Of course. Well, she said, I don't know what the issue is.
I didn't see. Okay, don't do it.
All right. But my point is, everybody, if any of those Edoites show up that don't speak English at a city council meeting, I do have friends in ICE. Because remember, I was never in the military.
Just horrible.
Right?
Horrible.
You remember that? I was never in the military. Remember that?
I remember that. I remember you got your all your military stuff from Acme Academy.
Yeah, Acme Academy and pictures of me. I'm on the base all the time.
You got on that veteran generator.
Yeah, generator site.
Makeup stuff.
Makeup stuff. But I'm on the base all the time.
Those plates on both of your cars. Those are manual.
Yeah.
You got some buddies in prison who just
right. I'm over in a major base in Japan.
No, you're not. That was a resort.
Oh, that was a resort that had the sign.
That had the sign.
Okay, got it. Fake news.
Fake news.
Right. So I do have contacts, and I have friends that get out of the military that join these organizations because they're kind of a paramilitary organization. Correct?
So what you're saying is, don't show your ass up at these meetings unless you legit.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I tell people, that's why you don't see the support now. Because these people, Donald Trump is in office. This is what's happening. And
so it's not because the tri-tips dried up?
Well, that too. And Ito's, he's doing what he's got to do. Another thing is, please do not vote all Democratic, all Republican, all black, all white, all Mexican, whatever. Because here's the thing. If you are a Democrat and you don't like the way this city is being run, the three people that are running it into the ground are Democrats. So what does that tell you? Three people that are involved in corruption are Democrats. Not Republicans, not Trumpsters, Democrats, hardcore Democrats, so they claim.
I mean, can we just admit whether you're a Democrat or Republican, most people, or I don't say most, but a lot of people are in politics for their own enrichment.
And that's
that's really what it's all about. I mean, they don't give a damn about people. It's just about, enriching myself and, securing the bag, if you will. Right.
And so what I'm going to say Tuesday is, you guys, and please take this seriously, we have a chance to break up this 3-0 cabal and get two of them out right now. And
will that happen, though?
That's why I'm giving this public service announcement. Please, 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 if you are sick and tired of the direction that this city is going in, and you're sick and tired of Moreno Valley not living up to its potential, you're sick and tired of looking at our infrastructure, and you're sick and tired of our history being destroyed, so a developer who has no history of developing anything,
well, damn,
has undue influence in our city, please vote Jeffrey Gaiba, Shaylinda Bernard, Corey Jackson, Carla Thornton, Carrie Thin, one of those three, that's going to make the difference. And then in 2 years, if not soon, if she doesn't get perp walked, we can get Victoria Baca out of here also. Now, I like Mexico. My neighborhood is basically Hispanic now. The demographics have changed. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't want it to turn into Mexico. And there's nothing wrong with Mexico. I mean, visiting, I don't want to live there. This is America. So, and again, my neighborhood is mostly Hispanic. And they're not here because they want it to be Mexico. Because if that was the case, they would go back to wherever, they think Mexico is. So I'm just asking you guys, please be informed of who you're voting for. Leroy Holt, the football player. Don't vote for a person because he played for USC. That's ridiculous.
Well, it's a good school. It
is a good school. And it took him 5 to 6 years to graduate from it.
I mean, it took me damn near 40. I'm just playing.
Anyway, but everybody, it's that important because a lot of people are getting tired of fighting these wars. The WLC is not over. He has to redo the EIR, and we're going to be going through this all over again. And we can put a stop to it right now if we get the right people involved in place right now.
And I would just say this. I don't live in Moreno Valley, but I hate driving to Moreno Valley. Today, as a matter of fact, was the first time, and I don't even know how long I can remember, that there was absolutely no traffic.
Wow.
None.
I went to the DA yesterday, which is 8 miles from my house. Took me 25 minutes.
I mean, literally, I left my house at like 10:40, drove here, because where I had to go get my little special little tool, my tool.
Oh, your tool. Gotcha.
I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, it's not a night tool. Go ahead.
No.
It's not her night tool, because you're like, no, her night tool. It's not that tool. Go ahead.
I mean, it has some pow, but not that kind of pow.
Right.
It was right down the street from your house, really.
Yes.
So I left my house at 10:40.
Oh, did you go with neck bone and out of the trunk and get
no,
them
not quite. Not neck bone.
Okay, gotcha.
This is a legitimate.
Yeah,
now.
okay, gotcha.
And I got here, 11:10 or so?
Yeah. Tyler was waiting for you by the door.
Nice drive. Yeah, it was like it used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine that, you guys being able to go up to Riverside in a matter of 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. It used to be like that back in the day. And I want to give you guys, the holidays are coming up, and I want you guys to, if you're looking for gift baskets, which are really inexpensive gifts, and you're going to parties and Christmas parties, there's a young lady that I know, her name is Shantae, not Shantae Wilder, our correspondent in Action. She does baskets by Shantae, and if you're interested in that, please contact me. We're going to put that out there because I bought a bunch of baskets from her.
Yes, you did.
And did you finish the tea basket that I gave you? Was it a tea basket?
You didn't give me a tea basket.
What was
you
it?
gave me
salt and bath, right?
Yeah, I think it had some chocolate or something.
Yeah, chocolate. Yeah. Did you and Al?
No, I gave it the chocolate to the kids because
Okay, gotcha.
I couldn't and shouldn't be eating that kind of stuff.
Right, and by the way, I want to give a special shout out to Fluffy. She took my birthday, so we have the same birthday, and I'm going to take that away from her if she continues to.
But Fluffy's tough. I don't think you'll be able to do that.
You don't think I could do it?
Fluffy's a tough cookie.
I think I could take her.
Good luck.
You think Isaac will defend her?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got
Definitely.
it. Yeah, big old Isaac, he's going to do that. So, you guys, it's that important. Please vote. Vote your interests. Vote to stop the corruption in the city. And guess what? For those of you guys that listen to my show, but you don't listen to my show, but you listen to my show, but you can quote everything I say. You want me out of politics? If we get the majority, you won't be seeing me too much longer.
Right, it goes away.
Yeah, I would have no reason to do this show. No reason to show up at city council.
You might be out of the country a little bit
more. Exactly.
Sounds like a no-brainer to me.
Right. So if you want Donovan,
vote.
If those of you that don't like me and you want Donovan out of city politics, vote for Jeffrey Gaiba, the 3 people I told you in District 2, and Shaylinda Bernard. And if they win and we get the majority, Donovan will be hasta mañana later. Gone fishing. So maybe that'll motivate him. What do you think?
It might. I mean, it sounds legit to me.
Right. Hey, I'm still fighting for that bathroom at Adrian Mitchell Park. I did put in a request for that. We're going to be going through that. Like I said, in this area where I live, which is the foundation of the city of Moreno Valley, one of the foundations of the city of Moreno Valley, there has never been somebody who has actually got up and spoke for this area. And unfortunately, I'm young enough, I guess, to do that. I know where everything is going on, and I'm going to continue to do that. And what I'm asking for is not special treatment for the Edgemont zone or the Edgemont area. What I'm asking for, because we're very prideful over here, what I'm asking for is give us our fair share. That's all we're saying. You guys have already taken 25 years worth of property tax for everybody else. All we want is a bathroom and moving forward, using our property tax for our neighborhood.
And some toilet paper in that bathroom.
Yes, and toilet paper in the bathroom. So you guys, I'm not going to go away unless, of course, we get some ethical people running this city. The city staff definitely needs to be fired. You can't move this city forward if you have the same city staff. It's not going to work because you have the same agenda. So I'm Donovan Sadiq. This is Dimitri K. We are going to be talking about in the next section.
Trump.
The great president, Donald Trump. He says that he's even greater than Abraham Lincoln. We're going to check that out in the next. Yeah, and we're going to check that out in the next hour. So you guys stand by with the next hour.